Hello and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. My name is Kyle Evan and today we're going to be building an automatic pumpkin/melon farm. Now before I get into it, I do have to let you guys know this is being filmed on Java version 1.19.2. So at the time of filming, this is the most recent version. And this is not for Bedrock, unfortunately. Without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, I'm in survival. I never do any of my tutorials in creative because I think that's dumb. But here's everything in this chest that you'll need for survival. Go ahead and take a look at it. Pause the screen now if you need to. And we're going to go ahead and get our rails, redstone blocks, minecart with hopper, and chest out. And get your glass. As you guys might have heard, this is a little bit noisy. It can be a little bit noisy, so if you want to put this a little bit away from your base, you can do that if it's going to get annoying. So what you're going to need in your world is an 11 by 11 space, and it can be anywhere in your world. Go ahead and go to the very middle of that, and we're going to put a redstone block in the ground. Now imagine their water is going to be above this, so the farm is going to have 4 blocks on each side, extending out basically into a square. So what we're going to do is on 2 sides of the redstone block, we're going to go ahead and put 4 redstone blocks on one side, and 4 redstone blocks on the other side, just like this. And what you can do is go ahead and get your redstone rails here, and we're going to build out like this. 1, 2, 3. Now since this is the start, we're going to put an extra redstone rail here. So this would be where the minecart technically starts and ends. So it's going to be going along this path, across the redstone here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just curve around. Do it here and come back. On all this redstone is going to be redstone rails. And we're basically going to just keep doing that the entire way. Alright, now you got down to the end here. Before you put your rails down here, go ahead and dig in the ground here. 5 blocks. And what we're going to do is just put our hopper here and extend it all the way back. So 5 hoppers just like that. And you can go ahead and put your rails on the rest of the way, and another redstone rail at the end. So to power these 2 redstone rails at the back here, go ahead and put a redstone block next to it, and put in the last redstone block next to the last rail. You can come over here, grab your stack of building blocks, and we're going to go ahead and just build around this rail system, like so. We are going to go ahead and put our building blocks over this one hopper, and leave this open so we can put glass here just so that we can see our minecart with hopper going across here, making sure it works at all times. And we're going to go ahead and put our minecart with hopper there and let it get going. So that's going to be going pretty much forever. Now this last hopper here, if you want to actually put it going to the right so that it's along the wall here, so we can place the chest down here. Just like that. Perfect. And now we can go ahead and grab our dirt, water, hoe, and pumpkin seeds. And just 1 slab. So right here in the very middle is basically where our water is going to go. So we can go ahead, wait till the minecart passes, go ahead and put a slab over the rail in the middle, and we can start putting our dirt on each end of it. Like that. And then once this is like this, we're going to go ahead and put our water in here. Now, I do have to warn you, if you put the water on the slab, it's going to waterlog the slab, and it's going to spill water all over the tracks and completely ruin it. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to place the water on the side, on the block dirt, right here, so that no water will flow under. And then just go ahead and fill in the rest of this with dirt. Perfect. Now you have the rails all covered. And let's do a magic daytime. Wonderful. Yay. Now go ahead and grab your hoe. For pumpkin and melon farms, we're going to basically hoe in a checkered pattern. Or every other block is going to get hoed. Now for this farm, you're going to want to do each of the 4 sides of the water. Let me change the weather. This is the 3rd time it's rained. Okay, there we go. You're going to want to farm your land just like that, and then continue in a checkered pattern every other block. Now that we got this all nice and hoed, go ahead and grab some more of your building blocks, another stack here. Just fill in around the dirt. And then we're going to go ahead and on top of the building blocks we just put down, go ahead and put glass here. Now, it's not mandatory. You don't actually have to have any glass in this build. I like the glass because you can actually see the farm and watch it work. I think it's just better that way. So here we have our glass up, and we can go ahead and put our seeds down. So now we can basically go ahead and grab everything else out of here. Alright, and we are basically going to put our observers over the seeds. So when you look at the farmed ground, you can look at the seed and you see that there's a little tiny box over there. On the very top of that little tiny box, you're going to want to right-click to place the observer. So when we place it, you can see it was put down with the redstone and the arrow facing up, which is what we're going to want to have for both of these. Why does it keep raining? That's so annoying. So now what you're going to basically want to do is go ahead and put observers over all of these seeds. And what I like to do is I just like to go along with the observers, crouch by using shift, and just go ahead and place these like this. This is the easiest way. Okay, now when we finish the observers, before we do the pistons, we're going to come over to right above where the water is and place a normal building block, because there's not going to be anything over the water. So now that this is done, go ahead, get your trapdoor in your hand, and place it on the bottom of one of the observers. It doesn't matter which one. Get on top of the trapdoor and close it so that you are crouching under here. You can go ahead and get under one of the observers. Make sure you're under the observer so that you don't stand back up, and break your trapdoor down. Your trapdoor is not going to be part of this. This is just how you need to place the pistons. Because when we place the pistons, we need to have them brown side down. Now, when we put the redstone on here, what is going to happen is the observers are going to witness the pumpkins or melons being grown, and once they are grown, the observer is going to send a signal to the piston to break the pumpkin and the melon, and then the minecart is going to pick it up underneath it. So just make sure all your pistons are the correct way. Alright, there we go. So that is the last piston placed down, and these look like they're all in the right place, so go ahead and get out. I just realized I have to break this glass. That's okay. We have an extra piece of glass in here, and it looks like I need magic daytime again. Wonderful. And we can go up here and place our building blocks around the piston and observers. And the very last step, after you've surrounded your pistons and your observers with a too-high wall of your building blocks, go ahead and we're going to put our redstone dust on every single one of these except the one in the middle. Okay, perfect. So this is what you're going to have. And since redstone does light up when it's activated, a lot of times farms like these can cause lag because of the amount of light that is happening, or the amount of light change that is happening. So if this is not in a well-lit place, go ahead and put a torch right in the middle there, and that should fix any lag problems. And finally, for our very last step, we're just going to put slabs over this so that nothing can spawn on top of it. And then just go ahead and cover this up with the rest of your slabs. Wonderful, just like that. So my apologies, it does look like we have a little bit of things left over, but that's never a bad thing. So what we have here is the completed product. You can see our minecart is working furiously to pick up the pumpkins that are going to drop there. And you can see that it doesn't look like any pumpkins have grown, but once a stem grows, the observer will still observe that, and you guys can see that the pistons are actually working. And then once those drop the pumpkins, that'll be picked up, like I said, by the minecart and eventually delivered over to these hoppers here and put in this chest. Now, I built this the same way as the melon farm that I built over here, and this, I did stop the minecart because it was annoying, But you can see that this was working, and it looks like if something grows, yep, looks like those are working as well. One last thing I do have to mention, a lot of people build these strictly for villager trading, because you can get a lot of emeralds by trading melons and pumpkins for villagers. My 2 cents on the issue is that if you're doing that, you should use a pumpkin farm. Why, Kyle? Well, it's because you actually have to craft melons from the little melons that drop there. Unfortunately, those are just like melon slices, and you do have to craft the full melons, right? So pumpkins will actually drop the full pumpkin. Of course, there's no pumpkin slices. It won't drop into pumpkin pie, obviously. It's going to drop the full pumpkin and give you a lot more for your money, right? So it'll give you more emeralds. And why does it keep raining? Alright, that's it. Anyway, so I have no idea why it keeps raining. That's the most annoying thing ever. But anyway, that has been my wonderful tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am posting these every other day, and I will be posting an Every Little Thing episode soon, so stay tuned on that. The last one did pretty well. It seemed like a lot of people enjoyed that, so if you enjoyed this and you enjoy other Minecraft things, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and drop a like, even drop a comment if you really liked it. Otherwise, I'm Kyle Lemon, and I'll see you next episode. Bye, everyone!